Settings ain't what they used to be.
Will multiply.
Yeah, we back. It feels good. And yeah, it's Friday.
Nobody.
It's inspirational.
Put your trust in God.
It's emotionally
in
fulfilling. And it's a good album, man. But I felt like it was, yes, we are back. Feels good. Refreshed.
We are back. Shout it, we are back.
Colombian
2 weeks off.
air. Colombian air. But
2 weeks off,
Friday
man. 2
album,
weeks
go
off.
Listen to it. It's full of slaps.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, man. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, man. I feel like it's been 2 months versus just 2 weeks, man. I feel like we've been gone a long time. It's too long. So now we are back. Welcome to, I just woke up. Welcome to the pregame of episode 118 of the Splash Cast. Y'all know what it is. We like to laugh, uplift when we can, and see a lot of violence.
And we just feel good to be back, man. Me and Reggie went to Colombia. That's why you see my skin flourishing like this. The Colombian tan.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling blessed and highly favored. Happy to be here for another pregame. Feel like Reggie said, it's been too long. Let's get to some fun, man.
Let's get to some fun, man. Shout out to AJ. Also, I want to send love and condolences to one of our good friends, Mr. Albritton. Just know we here with you, man. We love you. We're always here for you, bro.
Absolutely.
Let's get to the pregame, y'all. We're not even gonna waste no time because we got a lot of stuff to talk about over these 2 weeks, including at the start of the second quarter. Just gonna put this out there. Duke is losing to Clemson. Oh yeah.
Ooh,
oh
you
yeah.
got jokes.
We got jokes early. Well, I will say this multiple times. This episode of the Splash Cast is sponsored by the movie The Purge. The Purge has had multiple iterations, and it seems that it has reared its ugly head, so to speak, and is playing its way through our life right now. So The Purge is the first sponsor, and the second one is Imodium AD. Imodium AD is a wonderful medicine. If you don't know what it is, just go look it up. It is always called the antagonist to the Purge. They are fighting right now, having a great battle immediately. And then also find the old,
don't forget
the wisdom, one of the originals. Pepto is here as well as a third sponsor of this Pepto-Bismol. You should know the song by now. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset to stomach, or diarrhea. Got Pepto there. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
We are committed to being the realest podcast in the world. We are committed to, number one, college football season is back, thank the Lord. But no matter hell or high water, me and Reggie gonna provide what you need.
Let's laugh, man. Let's go. Yeah. So I said this, and I debated in our pre-production meeting, a production meeting, I should say. I said this, and I debated saying this on air. But I've noticed it in the last 4 or 5 of these track clips that we showing. There's always one demographic that's out front, and a second demographic is always hawking them down at the end. Appreciate it, Russ. And the one that is trying to hold the lead seems to fall across the finish line in defeat. Maybe it's my algorithm, but I find this funny every single time. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the 4x100. I'm gonna let it play. She was going.
Gotta feel that chase on your back, and she just.
For those that have ever run track, when you know that the person is faster than you, so basically Switzerland was out front in the last leg of the 4x100, and the Netherlands girl walked her down. Switzerland was a white woman.
Do we have a name for the lady from Switzerland? You know, I just want to support. I want to be able to make sure we highlight her name. Yeah.
Let's give the shorter girl credit. She definitely killed it. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Now, this is my thing. She was doing her damnedest.
She was running.
She ain't loaf. She gave 100. Like, that's all you can ask from an athlete is give 110%. Now, sometimes your 110% just ain't enough. In this case, that's it, because the other woman is just faster, and genetically, she's just taller. Her
I was
strides are
about to
longer.
say you got the maximum amount of anything that you could get out of your body. You weren't. She's just.
And you pushed her. Look at the girl from the Netherlands. You took her. God, did you see her quad?
Yeah.
Jesus. But you pushed her. You did everything in your power, man. Kudos to both
And the
teams.
girl from the
This is
Netherlands
a hell of
walked
a
her down that
competition.
last 20 meters.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Sometimes
Lord.
it's just a Honda versus Lambo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving on. Yo, so God dog it. Here we go. So I was on storm duty in Valdosta, y'all. I was on storm duty.
Hold on. Parental advisory.
I'm gonna do a little bit of cussing.
There will be foul words that are gonna come if you have children.
Oh, I hope it don't
them,
mess up.
Hum, put your fingers in your ear, do all of that.
No sound.
Well, there's no sound. But plies. Okay, so I was lucky enough to not have this experience, even though I think it would have been better for me, because of course it was my team that was interrupted as we were taken to the woodshed by the Utes.
We'll get
But
there.
the internet is extremely upset because Spectrum cable was cut off from ESPN on basically the eve of college football. Actually, it was right at the beginning of college football.
Kickoff.
Spectrum is the second largest provider in the country, and Spectrum and ESPN, and Disney are in a fist fight right now. So many.
Apparently, this isn't the first time either. This isn't the first year.
No, it's not. But they are in a fist fight right now. So Spectrum users do not have ESPN. Hence the jug that I have pulled in order to be able to watch this Duke Clemson game. But Plies, I think, exemplified what all of us were feeling simultaneously.
Let me tell you something. We ain't got no sounds. I'm gonna tell you how Reggie was feeling. Reggie went.
No, you can still play the video. The video people will see it. They'll get it.
Reggie was on. That's exactly how we felt. But Reggie was on storm duty in Valdosta, right? So there was no self-service. There was no no cable. There were no lights when I got down there after the hurricane hit. So I didn't really see any football. What?
Duke,
I didn't
throw this game. Don't worry about it. Duke it.
I didn't really see any football. We got all the power on where we needed to have the power on, and it turns out the hotel didn't tell the cable company that they didn't have that their line was down, so we had no cable while everybody else had cable, but we had to be up. So I didn't see any football until one of the Colorado game was about to come on, and they said, "Yeah, we have Spectrum, so we can't watch football anyway." When they finally got the cable on, you talk about mad, upset. I can't even describe how I felt being down there for 3 days with nothing, and then when you finally be able to watch football, they be like, "Nah, we got the cable provider that doesn't."
Dog. I was kidding.
And the thing is,
for me,
they didn't even tell their customers. I mean, I guess you wouldn't.
Yes, you should. There are certain. So I feel like I'm conflicted because Disney is fighting on multiple fronts right now. Disney is fighting. ESPN is trying to leave Disney. They're trying to go for their own, like, basically, I think, pay for subscription type of thing. But they're still kind of contractually obligated to Disney and to a lot of these cable packages. So they're fighting. But the thing that you could have done was at least say, "Hey, you're not going to have this game," so people could try to make arrangements. You didn't let anybody know. And I had a friend who kept asking me, and I thought in hindsight, my apologies to my friend. He was like, my cable not working. My ESPN not showing up.
Boy thought he ain't
Dog.
pay that bill. Ain't pay for that
And I was
package.
like,
Pause.
hit it with the Sammy Sosa. Like, damn, bro, I hate it had to be you. But I'm trying. I felt bad for him, but I was like, bro, nah, I'm watching this game. Unfortunately, watch my team get whooped.
We gonna
But
get
yeah,
there.
you gotta at least let people know. We've been looking forward to this. Y'all follow us every week. We tell y'all this is our favorite time of the year. We've been waiting on this. It's been a countdown. We previewed the conferences that matter, and now here we are, ready on the precipice of what I consider like middle-aged man Christmas. You can't get to Christmas and then say it's canceled. You crazy as hell.
Yes, you can. No, you can say Christmas is canceled. You can't get to Christmas Eve. You can't get to Christmas Eve and say you ain't got no Christmas tomorrow. You can't do that. You need to let me know in September. It's Labor Day. Labor Day is the cutoff to let me know ain't gonna be no Christmas. We in fourth quarter. You should know by now. Don't get to. You can't get mad at me for getting mad on December 24th when you've been promising Christmas for however many days it is, 12 months plus. No, Plies was right. Go off. F Spectrum. Unless you want to give us a deal, and listen, we'll help you keep the cable on. We'll help you. DEI. Speaking of DEI. Speaking of DEI, I think we just so Coco Gauff went at it with the referee, and you're right, they took all of the video down of this.
So let me
go ahead, set it up.
Y'all a little bit of context. There was I think this is the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open
Coco
in New
Gauff.
York.
Yes, U.S. Open in New York. Coco Gauff versus Laura Siegemund, and this was a battle, and there was a lot of gamesmanship. It started off with Laura just taking forever, playing extremely slow, not being ready when Coco was ready to serve. Then on top of that, when they had a little break where you're supposed to be able to like get water, get you a snack, but not sit down. Of course, Laura sits down. Coco's like, that's not what you're supposed to do. And then eventually Coco just, stood up for herself and said, hey, man, this isn't right. You need to call this game straight. If you see something like this, I know the rules just like you know the rules. This is your job. You need to do something about it. And then they asked her after, did she regret talking to the ref the way that she did? And she said no. She said, we got sound on that? But she basically said she wished she would have stood up earlier. For me, the first thing that, me and Reggie talked about this in pre-production on the show, they've washed a lot of this out of there. When she first said that she was playing slow, you can't find that on the internet anymore. When she said,
who do you think watched it
down, you can't find, huh?
Who do you think? We're back. Yes, God, dog. Don't look so in despair. The Chinese weather balloons, though. We are back. I guess we just needed to update the program. Look, man, we've been gone for 2 weeks, Shawty. We have been gone for 2 weeks. Man, it's hot in here. You there, brother? Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold myself in the road too now.
This episode is still brought to you by Emodia, baby. America, our food is some bullshit, bro. I'm blaming you, America. But we were talking about let's just keep it going. Shout out to those that join us, are back. If you're listening back to this, you won't hear any of this because this will all be edited out. But for those that are live, we appreciate y'all. We're talking about Coco Gauff. You said they erased all the media from the internet because they don't want to see a strong black woman. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure if that's what they want. Is this young black woman standing up for herself, being very vocal, and ultimately being right. That was the part that was.
She was correct.
She knew the rules inside and outside, and yeah, she was standing up for herself. And I think that if you are the U.S. Open, you really don't want to have your referees as the people who are supposed to be, maintaining the integrity of the game being that wrong. as she was pointed out, that you're not supposed to sit down. Girl clearly sitting down. But can we also can we get to the we're not gonna risk the reaction video. But one thing that is reminiscent specifically in these type of conversations is Laura Sigmund went right to the media and started with the crocodile tears.
Well, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. How do you feel about the opponent going and crying, talking about I was just putting on a show?
Well, we don't care. And I want to be very clear about this. This has nothing to do with race. The first person I thought of is Chris Paul. When Chris Paul does things that are gamesmanshipy, we don't care about his race. It's low integrity, and what he's doing. This is the same very thing,
so
man. Nobody is attacking
Chris Paul is low integrity.
Coco is black and you are white. No, what you did was low brow, was low integrity. You knew you should have known that, and I believe you did, but you did it in spite of. So I don't want to see these crocodile tears as soon as people call you out for doing things that are against the rules. I don't want to hear that.
Like I said,
the rules. Do what you're supposed to. Ain't nobody attacking you. You know how you gotta tell people that. Nobody jumping you, dog. Nobody doing nothing. Nobody mistreating you.
It was 10 of them. No, it wasn't, bro. No, it wasn't. It was one person. Whooped your ass the whole time.
Exactly. Nobody jumped you because people are like, yeah, man, they came from everywhere. The media is against me. Same thing we said about your girl who was running track and smoking weed. Nobody jumping you. You just gotta stay within bounds. And if you don't,
so we're gonna go there with Sha'Carri. Shout out to her, man.
Yeah.
For the is this controversial for me to say? People are saying she's coming back. And I'm like, she came back. She completed a comeback. I'm like, what did she come back from? Like, and not to be mean, because I do think that it is commendable to come back from last place. Like that is, and then to set world records. Like she was going through a lot of stuff at the time. But I mean, you ain't really go nowhere now. But she's great, man. She refocused. She is the poster child of slab. Stay low and build.
Yeah. And I support all of that. I want that to be a thing. That should be that's what we want. But when you do stuff, it's rules in both cases. The rules are the rules. We didn't make the rules. Honestly, in Sha'Carri's case, that's not a rule the majority of us even support. But that going into the Olympics, like they've been mired, all of those type of sports have been mired in all type of doping. So they're gonna drug test you. It is what it is. Now, Laura Sigmund, bruh, you should know the rules. You're a professional. And if you can't sit down, don't sit down, bro. Coco ain't sit down, you're getting an advantage.
A lot of pressure on Coco to be the next Williams Serena type, Venus type player for is it tough to say like representation for black women in tennis? That's what the Williams sisters were for so long.
Heavy is the head, but from what I saw, I appreciate her standing up for herself, keeping it real, and knowing the rules. Like, you can't do that. That's against the rules. And telling the referee, because a lot of times, women and again minorities don't feel the most comfortable speaking to the enforcer of the rule, whatever that person may be. But being able to state your case clearly, effectively, non-offensively, and being abreast of the rules. Congratulations. The rest of y'all read the rule books or stop cheating. It's one of the two. Either you're cheating or you don't know the rules.
And having the maturity to explain and not back down. Explain her position and not back down against the media, who, the media tries to be and have the power and influence. And she was like, nah, I knew I was right. I wish I would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, so shout out to Coco. All right, man. We got one team right now I got a couple, but I got one team right now that's doing right now. Is it is it time? The Bravos.
Rave.
The Bravos.
There we go, baby. The best team in baseball. Y'all know why y'all here today. We feeling good in this motherfucker, man. 8-2 over the last 10 games. My boy Ronnie, he had to save his bride. They got married on the road trip. He 30 home runs, 60 stolen bases, first person in MLB history ever to do it. We had Darius Vines. We tell y'all every week what? More black baseball. What we had? More black baseball. Major League debut. And he won the game. We traveled 6,000 miles. We're number one in NL East. We're number one in baseball. And where we also number one? In your hearts. Boy, it feel good to have a team that know how to act. Oh, Lord, it's going to be short because after this, it get ugly.
That's why I just sat back. I was like, bro, I know Norwood about to go off right now, bro.
No, the rave light is on, baby. The rave light is on in here, man.
So we're gonna go over. He said all the points of the segment, so we're gonna go over them one by one. In the last 10 games, the Braves are 8-2. They've had 3 straight series wins. Yes, Ronald Acuna got married and hit a home run in every game.
They was gonna send his wife away for like 3 months. He said, "Nah, that's dead. Set it up. We gonna get married on the road trip the same day that I break the MLB record."
And goes has 30 home runs and 60 stolen bases. And let's stop here. We traveled 6,000 miles, so he was going coast to coast. Let's stop here with the 30-60. Ronald Acuna has been the favorite for the MVP all year until August. And Mookie Betts had one of the best 60-day periods I've seen in baseball. He got to like 37 home runs. He's batting like over 3. He's almost at 350. Yeah, more black baseball. Yeah. And folks started to wane on Acuna, like, because Acuna went into it's crazy. You know how good you have to be if you're Ronald Acuna that when you don't hit home runs but still hit over 275 that they say you're in a slump, right? He was still hitting 275, just wasn't hitting home runs because everybody else is hitting home runs. So then when he got to, and Acuna, as good as he is, I know it, you know it, sometimes it works for a player. You got to have a little bit of arrogance. And he's like, dog, I'm breaking records, and y'all trying to say Mookie's going to take me. I think Ronald Acuna went straight into that Dodger series and said, I'm going to prove I'm the MVP. Home run, leadoff home run, 30-60. Yeah.
And one other thing. He's had a few web gems in this time. People forget about his defense because his offense is so impressive. He has a cannon. Don't try him out there. And he'll go get it. And he went and got a few. And I feel like his offense is so dominant that people don't even look at the defense, and the defense is maybe just as good.
Yeah, he has a cannon for an arm. But he's got 30-60, and we still have like 40 games left. Like they are predicting he may get to 40-70, 40-80.
And that's the reason, and I don't. We have a dogfight with the Dodgers every year. Not a team that we necessarily love, but I have an immense amount of respect for Freddie Freeman, of course, and Mookie Betts. I ain't taking nothing away from Mookie. He has been a monster. He has made it a race again. Freddie ain't no slouch either out there. But just the fact that nobody's ever done 30 home runs and 60 stolen bases, to me, that solidifies him as the NL East MVP, and I think that he's going to push closer to 40-70, maybe 40-80, because the way he's stealing bases.
Well, you know,
prayers. He got that pitch clock down. He knows how to manipulate a pitcher.
He's very smart. He's got the stealing of the bases down because you can only try to pick him off twice. He's got it. I will say Ronald Acuna has, at this point, I think, locked up the MVP. And because you can't really, what makes it so good is that you can't really pitch around him yet. Yeah, Duke out here Duke is trying to beat Clemson. We're gonna have a running commentary of Duke and Clemson.
1 through 5. Tough sled, my boy.
Yeah, like
Not
so.
fun.
And you know what I've noticed? So let's finish this graphic. We're first place in the NLE's best record in baseball. You know what I noticed when you play this well? We're not. I like Alex Anthopoulos and Brian Snicker because they work together because they don't just sit on their hands. Once we win the series, if you've noticed, the last game we call somebody up every time. We gonna call a pitcher up. We need pitching. Hey, what did Mickey Andrews say with Florida State? Hey, they got to get the diaper wet sometime. Like we gonna bring them up, and we brought Darius Vines up and on the road. We brought him up on the road, and he picks. He won that game, 6 innings. I think he had 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 4 to 5 strikeouts. He had a very good. We're searching, and we by winning the series and not winning the series in the last game, winning the first 2 or 3 games of the series, it allows us to explore our farm system, which just keeps the machine going.
And they're what they're doing right now is they're being able to win the game, but they're also able to tinker with the team and figure out, hey, when it's time for the postseason, who are we going to be able to count on? Who are we going to put on this final roster? Because that has been vital to our success in the past. Remember, that's how, Soler got tossed in right there at the end. Those type of little moves is exactly what's going to make the team go from being a very good regular season team to each one of those slots is going to be extremely valuable to hopefully making us a championship team. And what did I just tell y'all about 1 through 5? There is nothing here for you but home runs and thoughts and prayers. Ronald Acuna, 31 home runs. Ozzie Albies, 28 home runs. Austin Riley, 32 home runs. Matt Olson, back with 43 home runs, and I think he is the MLB leader. And there he is, he who shall not be named. Y'all remember he started out the season.
Marcell Ozuna. I'm saying the name.
Nah, I need to kind of make it here. And he has hit 32 home runs.
He has earned his name shall be said.
Comeback player of the year.
Marcell Ozuna. Also, I want to point out about this. They've hit 166 home runs. They've hit 166 home runs. Our 1 through 5. That's better than 17 teams in the major leagues. You know what I mean? So, also, what's crazy about this graphic is Ozzie Albies only has 28 home runs. He's been out for like a month.
Ever.
He's been out for like a month, which means we can get better. So, I mean, the Braves are out here, dog. And then Ronald Acuna is the fastest. Oh, I'm sorry. Second fastest, Mike Trout.
Only two people in MLB history to ever do this.
Mike Trout, 100, and Ronald Acuna, 150 career stolen bases and 150 career home runs.
I wish I could find my phone, but do you hear that? You hear that? You're the Hall of Fame caller? Yeah.
I have an impromptu question for you.
Yes, Hall of Fame. Yes.
If the Braves win the World Series and Ronald Acuna wins the MVP, will he have had one of the best starts in MLB history, comparable to Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Woo! 2 World Series,
MVP, 2 championships, an MVP. Patrick Mahomes won the passing title. Him winning stolen base title. It may be you may be seeing the Patrick Mahomes of baseball, and it's crazy because there's so many other good players. We still got Shohei Ohtani, but it's like.
I hate to tell you this, and I hate to have to harken back to this, but we paid this.
It don't matter what we did in the past. He gonna make up for it next. I'm telling you, they might go to arbitration before the season over. They gonna have to give him something. They gonna have to brave for life.
And Ronnie, I love you. That contract is, and I said it then. And I said it before he blossomed. I could just see it. I was like, oh, this contract is criminal. Now, without a shadow of a doubt, this is theft by force. Pay that man what he is owed. Please. And also let me go ahead and I want to say this. This ain't Freddie Freeman. This ain't Dansby Swanson. Pay that man. I do not want to see him walk out that door. He needs to stay here with me.
I think letting Dansby Swanson. Oh, come on, man. There we go. I think letting Dansby Swanson walk allowed for the door to stay closed for Ronald Acuna. And I understand. Dansby, I love you. But if that's the case, I understand. So, and the thing about Ronald is he doesn't shot. Dog, did you see the people run on the field for him?
2 of them.
But
and I said this all season since the very beginning. MLB, y'all are not selling Ronnie right, bro.
They're starting to. I finally saw him in a commercial. I finally saw him in an ESPN commercial for the Major League Baseball where he was taking everybody's bags. Oh yeah, he's waving at them and Gritty. It told him y'all too small.
Yo, and he immediately untucked hat backwards. You can tell he's like, nah, I'm just playing baseball. I'm having time of my life.
You can tell he's 24. Like Tyler is 26. Like you can tell he's. Could you imagine being the best baseball player or one of the best at anything on earth? You're one of the 5 best anything on earth, and you have millions and millions of dollars. I'd be that same way too.
And you know who was really great for? Mike Harris. Mike Harris has no pressure. He's able to play fantastic baseball, learn from
Mike
one of the
Harris
best
is
in the game.
so good.
And no
He's the best center
stress.
fielder.
Like, nah, y'all gonna watch Ronnie. I'm just gonna be over here kicking ass.
And the thing about Mike Harris is he came in his rookie year and was top 3 best center fielders in the game. Rookie year. You know who else does stuff like that? Like the Kevin Durant, LeBron James. Like to come in and be a top 3 player at your position day one.
Don't forget about Spencer's strikeout. That's all he do is strike people out. He done struck out so many people. They be like, oh yeah, nobody strike people out like him. Man, once again, and see, this is the difference. This is what other teams look like. It just don't. It is the curl just don't curl right.
The Kiko Hernandez.
I'm so happy. I'm honored to have these guys on our team. Alex Anthopoulos legitimately has put together a monster of a team. East, you know how they do those like anonymous quotes, and they said, yeah, the NL East, and it's the NL East manager who said it. It's wrapped up for the foreseeable future. If you're a fan of other teams in the NL East, good luck. Ronald Raciel Iglesias is your NL leader in saves in the month of August. Yes, also reliever of the month. We've been able to share. Everybody gets their own shine. I got to go back to Ozuna. Ozuna has been kicking ass. He low-key put the team on his back for a little bit. And to be able to diversify who carries the weight on it.
Hey man, we ended the pregame. Iglesias is the best reliever of the month. 7-0 in terms of save opportunities. Only 7 hits, 17 strikeouts. He is a beast. Shout out to him. We will be right back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 118 of the Splashcast. Be right back.